There's an old saying that says, once a king is very good, but once a knight is never enough.
Right, okay.
I have no idea. Again,
I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
But it sounds like I'd rather be the former, and that's what I'm going to be, so I'm happy with that.
You are destined for a crown.
For a crown, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, I gotta admit.
Have you, has it sunk in how popular this movie is?
Not really. I mean, my life has not changed as much as I thought it might, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It's wonderful. It's afforded me all sorts of interesting, fantastic opportunities. But it's also such an interesting character. I mean, at the end of this film, he says, I'm not ready to be the king. I don't want this responsibility. And then we're going to see him a few years later having been the king. So it's going to be a nice, interesting challenge to kind of reprise a role, which I've never done before, and I don't think many people get the opportunity to do that in movies.
No, plus the arc for this character coming up is going to be, it's a huge arc.
Yeah. I mean, he's really going on this voyage of discovery to kind of find out, I mean, not to sound too wishy-washy, but to find out who he is.
But there's something about a character, even in real life, a real-life character, too, that says, I am not ready for this next step. That's a real honest statement there.
It is.
And it shows who this character,
what his
heart is.
I wanted to be honest with this character. I didn't want to do the swashbuckling, Prince Charming, my hair...
Cleft chin.
Cleft chin, my hair is plastic, I will kill all the villains and ride off into the sunset with a woman, slapped over the back of my horse.
That's your real life.
That's real life. This is pretend. This is fantasy. And I wanted him to have flaws and make mistakes and be vulnerable and be headstrong and be all those things that a teenage boy is, and then in the next one he'll have more adult problems.
Yeah, the mantle of responsibility gets a little heavier.
Exactly.
With him.
Weighs heavier on the shoulders.
Now, have you seen any of the Blu-ray stuff that's available? Isn't this amazing? This technology.
I mean, the Blu-ray itself just looks sensational. It's better than seeing it in the cinema. I mean, it's so clear and the sound is incredible. I mean, it's it's going to make the director very happy to see their film like that. And the extra stuff is, I mean, it's nearly endless. I mean, you buy a Blu-ray DVD, you've got 100 hours of stuff. Well, we shot for 7 months, and I think the DVD extras really lend themselves to the fantasy genre because you have the animation, the stunt teams, the prosthetics teams, the set builders, these huge Hollywood crews taking over these little towns, and there's so much goes into this, so many unsung heroes.
It really is like going to acting school or film school for a few minutes, because you get to see all the other stuff going on behind the acting.
You can watch you can watch the night raid sequence in the middle, you can watch that with a stunt coordinator's commentary, or a visual effects commentary, or a sort of makeup commentary, whatever it happens to be, whatever your area of interest is, you'll be able to find it on here. But you might have to look, because there's a lot of hidden stuff too.
There's
Easter eggs and all that.
I was going to say. In our final few seconds, are you wanting to step behind the camera more and more? Are you going to be producing, directing eventually?
Well, I mean, I hope so eventually.
I mean, your career is still just right in front of you.
Yeah, I want to do. I mean, I'm very, very happy doing what I'm doing, and I want to do it for a lot of years to come. If little opportunities arise here and there, though, I'll definitely grab them with both hands. You never know what's around the corner. It's very hard to be pragmatic in this business, I think.
And you're in other things too. We're not just seeing you in the Narnia stuff.
No. I've been busy. I've got a film out in England at the moment. Two actually. A tiny film called Bigger Than Ben, which I played a Russian yob in. I have a movie based on a Noel Coward film called Easy Virtue, with Jessica Biel and Colin Firth.
A few laughs in that, maybe?
It's
Noel Coward's pretty funny.
It's very funny. It's a very funny movie, but with interesting kind of subtext, and that's going to be out here, I think, in Labor Day, I think, somewhere around there.
Well, we're going to see you in a little bit. You're still shooting the
Dorian Gray?
Yeah.
Dorian Gray, yeah. We finished shooting about a month ago, so very excited to see how that turns out.
That's such an interesting story, too.
It's a wonderful story. I have no idea what that film is going to be, but I'm very excited about it.
They're doing this I don't know what that means, but I guess that means I better go.
That means dance. Right. Cheers.
And Roebuck. No, thank you so much. It was great.